Hey, back at it. Back like I never left. It is. Hey, we running through these interviews, man. It is the industry's most wanted. Shout out to the messenger. We just tapped in, man. Hey, and here catching a vibe to my guest gets here. Hey, what up? Shout out to the messenger, man. I'm just sitting here vibing. I'm about to bring my guest on. We just got back on here. I was on, went off, and came back. So hold on. I'm doing good. Shout out to the messenger. What's happening? What's happening? Now I can see you.
What up? What up, though?
What's good?
Chilling. How you feeling?
Hey, listen, I'm doing real good. I'm blessed and highly favored. You know what I'm saying? Everything is A1 over here. So appreciate you tapping in with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's your time to shine. It's time for people to get to know you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For the ones who don't already, introduce yourself.
I'm the big homie CEO D, fresh out of Chicago. I'm independent, my own CEO, my own boss, and my own record label, and just trying to make it out here. You know what I mean?
Hey, so this is what I want you to do, big homie. Don't try, just do it. You dig?
Right. Okay, well, making it out here, we just do it.
We just doing it. Don't that feel better when you say it like that? Like, we doing it, man. We making things happen. You in Chicago now?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago now, yeah.
Okay,
so,
you from there originally?
Yeah, I'm born and raised, so, yeah, I'm from there.
Okay, so let's talk about that, man. What was life like for you growing up in Chicago?
I grew up on the south side, Inglewood, so, I mean, to me, it's not, I mean, it's pretty normal, like, but the normal stuff is not normal to most people. You got, crime, poverty, single parent homes and stuff. But for the most part, it got its good and it got its bad. So, we had a lot of fun growing up, learning things and learning different crafts and stuff. Learn how to hustle, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to, get on my own and do my own thing at a very young age. So it was cool. It was cool upbringing, and you just kind of got to survive out here. So kind of busy for the real world when you got older. When I got older.
Nah, that's what's up, though. I mean, I think that, like, one thing that you said that I want to talk about real quick is you said that you learn how to hustle. And I think that's one of the key elements to life, because they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you how to be a hustler. They teach you how to get in debt. Go to college, run up them damn college. I'm not saying don't go. Please, people tuning in, don't take it that way. I'm just saying, like, they teach us how to run up that debt. They don't teach us how to really make that money. You get what I'm saying? That's something that you learn along the way, whether it's from the streets or the people that you associate yourself with. And in this music business, you gotta hustle. You gotta be a hustler. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, why music? Why did music become your hustle?
Music was saved my life as a kid. So I didn't want to be like involved in gangs and stuff because I was losing homies I started doing music at 10. I lost my first homie when I was like 5, and then I lost another homie when I was 9. Yeah.
What?
So you said, yeah.
Hey, it ain't no joke.
Yeah, before I moved to Inglewood, I stayed in the projects. And at that time, the projects was like a high crime area with drugs and everything. So like when I was in, one of the kids in my classroom, he was looking out the window, he got shot in the head. So
dang.
you see a lot of stuff. You see drug dealing, you see everything. Even the working class people are struggling. So you just had to find some way to escape. And I found music. I was watching the box and I seen the Nas video. And the Nas video made me really want to do music. So that's how it started. It helped save my life, just keep me focused.
Absolutely. I love it. I love hearing that. I mean, I've actually interviewed quite a few artists who have very similar story, and music was their outlet, and music saved their life. It kept them from being in the streets and taking whatever emotion they got going on, whether it's anger or whatever, they put it into the music rather than doing stuff that could end up sitting them down for a while, you know what I'm saying? Or potentially taking your life. It's not worth it.
True.
Shout out to Mark G Beats on the check-in. Shout out Mark 700 on the check-in. Shout out to Wiz on the check-in. Shout out all my people on the check-in, man. You know, this music business, as you know, how long you been? Let me ask you this before we get into what I'm about to say. How long have you been taking your music seriously as a business? Because no artist comes into it knowing the business side. You got to learn that along the way. So, how long have you been
Yeah.
taking it seriously as a business?
When I turned like 18. When I turned 18, I was like, because I got when we were high school. When I was in high school, I like just battle rap. I thought that because that's kind of how you got on back then. So in high school, I'm
Yeah.
in the lunchroom battling, and somebody introduced me to a guy who was in the music industry when I was 16. So that whole 2 years, I was like with him, learning ins and outs and stuff like that. Then when I got 18, I got into a situation with an independent company, and I didn't like how that went. I felt like a piece of cattle. Like I didn't like how I was getting talked to, and I'm like, why this man can talk to me like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't understanding this. I'm like, I'm trying to do this to save my life. I thought everybody felt like I felt, and then one day somebody told me like, this a business. Like this a business. So basically, I am cattle. So
Hello. Right.
so so I'm like, no. I'm like, no. I gotta get out this situation. I'm like, if I'm a work for somebody, I want to work for myself. I want to try working for myself, and that's what I went. And I started taking it serious when I was like about 18 to 20, because I had to learn a lot because I was in college for business management,
Right.
and so I was gonna get a degree and I was gonna get my master's in like business. That was my whole goal because I was like the first person in my family that's a male, one of the first person in my family that's a male to go to college. So I was gonna accomplish that. But then I learned in class like how school was a hustle. I'm like, wait a minute. When I
What did I
graduate,
say earlier?
right. I'm like, when I graduate, so I ain't got no guaranteed job. I'm like,
Right.
I asked my professor, I'm like, how I start a business? And he told me everything I need to know about starting a business, like LLCs and copyrights, trademarks. Then I dropped out of his class and hit the road and started
Listen,
interning for
I
free.
ain't mad at you. I'm gonna keep it all the way G. I did the same thing. I started college, and I remember my first day, my very first day in college in orientation. They told me, in life, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And I'm thinking, why
Ooh.
am I sitting here then?
Right,
Why am I
right,
sitting
right.
here? It's not what I know and it's who I know. Why am I
Yeah,
sitting here? And
this
like,
is just not
I was
it.
like, yo, I was like you. I mean, I didn't graduate. I'm not ashamed to admit to it. I did not graduate college and I do not have a college degree. But guess what? I've probably made more annually than most people with a college degree, and I ain't got
Right.
no student loans to pay back because guess
I ain't
what?
got
We
no debt.
hustlers. We
Yeah,
hustlers. You know, no debt. I debt free. You know what I'm
that
saying?
right.
And we hustlers making money. I'm with you on that. You know, again, like I said earlier, I'm not trying to discourage people and say it's wrong to go to college because it is for some people. For some people, it's for them, and that's cool because
Yeah,
they're
it's just not for me.
working for other people. But we are bosses. We work for ourselves.
Yeah, it's just college didn't work for me. It worked for some people, just don't work for me, and I don't knock it. It's just my experience. It didn't work for me, so
Right.
I enjoy it how
Absolutely.
I do it.
So what? Let me ask you this then. I mean, you know, in life, we have to have multiple hustles, right? We got to do
Yeah.
multiple things. Shout out to my business partner on the check in with the grind report, Shaw Cypher. I'm the, he said you got kicked out of college. What you was doing, Mark G, that you got kicked out? um, but you know, like I'm a, the co-CEO for the grind report. Shout out to my business partner. He's the one that tapped you and I in together. You
What
got
up?
to have multiple hustles. He and I both have multiple businesses and different things we do. What are some other things that you either are tapping into or want to tap into besides being an artist?
Um, well, I got a lot of things I do. So I took my experience from being an intern, because I interned for like 2, 3 years for an independent company, and I interned for an individual who's like very valuable in the game. So I take my knowledge of that and I kind of like do consulting. So like
Okay.
I'm good at working budgets. Like if you're
Dope.
an independent, if you're trying to start out, because you know how you start out, you don't got a lot of money. So like most people come see me because I know how to find everything cheap. So like I help a few artists do that with a little bit of business consulting. I don't try to tell them like you can get a deal for messing with me, but at least I
Yeah,
can show you how to do your ASCAP, your INC, your trademarks. You show you how to set up your corporation, and then look at your business as a look at yourself as a business and work a number backwards to accomplish goals and stuff. That's about as far as I can get you, which
that's
is
a
I
great
think it's
hustle though,
decent.
because that's something everybody needs.
Yeah.
You know?
So I did that. I do I'm for right now what I'm working on, I'm trying to work on books and getting into comic books and like cartoons.
Yeah,
That's really what I want to do and then I might get into real estate. So that's really what I'm gonna get myself into. But for
that's
the most
really
part,
dope.
yeah,
You should think of, if you haven't already, you should think about starting a consulting company, because I'll tell you, every artist that gets in this business, majority of them do not have somebody to consult with, and they're
yeah,
lost. I ask artists all the time. When I say I've been doing interviews for 10 years and I've interviewed thousands of artists, no cap, I've interviewed thousands and thousands of artists. And there's so many of them that I ask them, who is your publishing with? And they look at me like I got three heads. They had no idea what publishing is. And
yeah,
that's not to like throw them under the bus. They just don't know. So they need
yeah.
someone like you who's going to sit down and consult with them and say, okay, we getting you with ASCAP or BMI. We got to register you with Sound Exchange. We got to get your ISRC codes together. Like, there's so much to know. I think you should start a consulting business, because I think you can make a lot of money. You should. I be sending clients your way.
I'm gonna try. It's just that like I said, I only been doing the consulting for a year, but the it's just like I think majority of the artists that I bumped into want someone that can kind of lie to them. I don't like shine the glitz and glamour in your face, and so it's hard for me. I don't know. It's just when it comes to dealing with artists that I've experienced, they want you to have a certain amount of accolades to get their trust. But
Right,
like
right.
I helped the guy publish his first book in 6 months. So for him, it was easy. Like I just showed him the ropes, got his trademarks, got his INCs, walked him through getting copyrights, and then we shooting commercials. And I used some knowledge from business and music to that, and I got him published as a published author, selling his own books independently. It was easy
Man,
for him because he didn't. When you saw so he won't worry about the glitz and glamour. It's not everybody. It's just the
right,
people that I've encountered. They kind of worry about like, well, if I do this, am I gonna be on tomorrow? I'm like,
right.
no. If I can
And
put you on, then I'll put myself on.
listen, one thing that I really understand about life, and you understand this too, is just because somebody doesn't do something doesn't mean that they can't tell you how to do it. Like, a football coach ain't out on the field playing football, but he can tell you how to play the sport. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Yeah.
You may not write books, but you can tell someone how to get their business together to get their book published.
Yeah.
And a
I like
lot
I
of
was telling
people don't
people.
understand that. Like you said, they want the glamour, but all that comes later. You got to put the hustle and groundwork in first.
Yeah, that's why I try to tell people like I might not can get you on, but I know I can help you get this BMI, register you with RIAA, get your ISRC. That's the basics. I don't just give you the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like I can give you the basics. I can't get you like in front of BET and millions of views, but you at least have an ASCAP card. You know what I'm saying?
But
Something, man.
you getting them the fundamentals of the business
Yeah.
that's going to take, they need to have that to get to those places.
Hmm.
Don't ever
It,
expect
it,
to end up on the billboard if you ain't even got your publishing together. It don't work like that.
yeah, it don't work like that.
It don't work like that. So let's talk a little bit. I was listening to this record of yours, this S550, right? It's called
Yeah,
S550.
S550.
S550. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's
um,
all good.
listen, when I listen to, I don't ever compare artists. I don't do that because I know artists don't like to be compared. But it kind
It's
of
all
gave me
good.
the feel of Rick Ross ish.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
love that because Rick Ross is one of my favorite artists. I think he's so dope. And I kind of
Yeah.
got that feel from this song. I don't even want to give y'all too much because we ain't listened to it yet. But that's the type of feel that I got from it. So everybody that's tuned in, listening in, we're going to check out this record. If you guys are rocking with it, throw up them fire emojis. Give us a little insight on it, though. Like, tell us who produced it, who mixed and mastered it. I like to know all the details.
Okay. It was produced by a cat named Drew Cannon, and then I got like an in-house producer. His name is 12 Tone. So what happened was I was in the studio and I was like, I need to finish the album, and that was the first song we recorded. I told him I had the hook. He made the beat, and then I laced it, and then we took it to my homie 12 Tone, and he brung it to life. He like 12 Tone's like my 40. It's how Drake has 40.
Yeah.
So he know exactly how to put every instrument to my sound. So that's my go-to producer. And the guy name is Drew Cannon, and then 12 Tone. We produced that, and we shot the video with my homie Young Blaze, and that's it.
That's what's up, man. Do you have what's your YouTube channel?
CEO OD.
Okay, so everything
Yeah,
is under.
everything is CEO OD. So it make it so easy everybody can access it. My website, my every social media CEO OD, and I'm gonna pop up.
What's the OD stand for?
Um, well, it's a hip hop term. Like it's called Omega Death. When I started, I was like I said, I was young as ever. So I was like 10, 11. So I was into comic books heavy as a kid. And my homie, he had created this character named Omega Death. And I was like, man, that's a dope name. So he moved away. And then I took the name. I'm like, man, this gonna be my rap name. I told my other best friend. He was like, you gonna take the name? I'm like, yeah, he gonna give it to me. He came back. He moved back from where he came from and gave me the name. And ever since then, I stuck with that. And I just abbreviated because saying Omega Death at the time was like confusing to people.
Yeah.
So, so I just shortened it OD, and that's it. And I put the CEO in front of it because I needed to change. As I got older,
Yeah.
I started having to buy stuff. And so my homie was like, well, social media is just getting popping. I'm like, I don't know what to call myself with social media. He was like, you buy everything, just call yourself CEO.
I love it.
Then
Listen,
I combined it.
I would rather see a CEO in front of your name than like Lil Young because we ain't gonna be Lil Young forever. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
That's just what it is. But guess what? You can be a CEO and a boss forever.
Yeah, appreciate it.
That yeah, you slick might start a new trend. You know what I'm saying? Sure.
I hope so.
That's what's up, man. Is there other social media sites that you be on that people can keep up with you?
On Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube. That's it right now. And then my website, I'm gonna try to I'm working on putting together a newsletter so I can build my squad. That's what we call my fans. So we're gonna just try to do something where everybody can sign up and join the squad, and we're gonna do something special for the people.
Shout out to my homie Six on the check-in. I love that you reference your fans as your squad.
Yeah,
I had a female artist that I had interviewed a few months back, and she referenced her fans as her angels. You know, she's a female, so that they were
yeah,
her angels, and I love that because it makes them feel more special rather than say, "Oh yeah, you my fan, you a fan of mine." Nah, man,
yeah.
you my squad.
We're
You know what I'm
squad.
saying? Squad.
Because without them, there's no me.
Right,
So
exactly.
y'all, we
Facts.
family.
And that's the thing is a lot of artists lose touch of that. No matter how big you get, stay humble because if you have no fans, you will never be in the position that you're in, period. You
Facts.
know? And that's the thing, you know, I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm grateful for every single artist who has ever rocked with me because without them, I wouldn't be still doing this 10 years later. You know what I'm saying? So shout out everybody tuned in, checked in. We about to check out this record. Where is it available?
It's available on all streaming platforms. If you go to the website www.ceood.com, you click there's two ways you can get the album. You can stream it and you can click the homepage box and download it, or you can get the exclusive physical copy, which is like a collector's edition because it's
Yeah.
only a limited amount. So it's a physical CD that we mail to your house and give you a special gift, and it got 3 bonus songs that's not able to be downloaded.
Oh, that's dope, man. Like, and that's you giving back to your people that to all your squad. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah, my
ones that are
squad. Yeah,
genuinely rocking with you. And that's what you got to do is you got to figure out who your true fan base is and cater to
true.
them because then it'll just grow from there.
Yeah.
So let's check out this banger. It's a really dope record. Like I said, I was listening to it earlier. I'm like, oh yeah, this record hard. So go ahead and introduce it. We're gonna check it out.
We about to check out the CEOOD S550O produced by my homie Drew Cannon and 12 Tones. Squad.
Hey, squad. Y'all stay tuned for it. Make sure y'all throw up them fire emojis if you're rocking with it too, man. Make sure y'all go download it.
Yo, heard you mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and
Hey.
I'm close. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact,
Just don't call me broke.
heard you mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes. You can call me anything, just don't call me broke. Matter of fact, call me S550. Just limo to the biz.
Hey, that's hard.
Appreciate it.
Contract, I need a couple years.
Squad, I got my squad on the check in. Shout out to my squad.
I said myself to myself, nigga. That mean I'm determined on my wealth, nigga. Ain't no big homie over me, I'm cutting checks. So you gonna call me CEO out of respect. No cosign, no celebrity or guest appearance. A bunch of hustles, some mad members, need clearance. Yellow diamonds in my ear, like canary eggs. P90 got a little kick, like a midget leg. I stand on all 10, nigga, like I'm supposed to. I'm here before anything, I thought I told you. You signed for 20 bands? Well, let's break it down. 20 bands is barely $10 hourly now. 20 bands divided by 52, by 40 hours a week, that's $9.60. You better off being a pro.
I like how you broke that down.
Appreciate it.
Ain't no need for no fucking vest. So let's put all that hearsay now to rest. In 06, I bought myself out my contract. Heard you mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting.
I was gonna pause it 1 second. You got bars, man. Like you really spin some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get right back into it. I just want to say that real quick.
Appreciate it.
Hey, shout out everybody, check in. I'm vibing tonight. In the magic room. Y'all, let me show y'all my whole vibe here. See, the grind report. We grinding. We got industry's most wanted over here too. We working.
I hustle for the future, not the present, nigga. Teach my children independence so they self-sufficient. Teach my children finances so they money different.
What's happening, y'all?
More like a monopoly, an economy that constantly rip us off from the property that arguably, persistently shows us contradictory. Cause every Francis Scott Key versus Kaepernick sneak. You gotta live what you stand for. So when you go, that's what you die for. They need us, we don't need them. Ain't freed us, then we fuck the South and we freed them. By any means necessary, that's the Malcolm in me. I sold my music out the trunk, that's the Percy in me. So this that Master P, with that $500, turning down $1 million to secure my legacy. Heard you mad cause I'm getting dope. Probably cause I'm getting money and I'm in my clothes.
That joint hard, man. Listen, make sure y'all go check that out. Go listen, is there an album or EP out that people can go tap into?
Oh, my bad. It's the album called Freedom. I had dropped it this year, right like 2 weeks before the pandemic.
Okay.
So March 23rd or something like that. So the album's called Freedom. It's about 15, 16 tracks on there. So all bangers on there. So the album called Freedom is me celebrating my independence correctly.
Yeah.
When I say that, I mean like I put my kids on the album. I started teaching my son about publishing, let him do engineering, and it's all about a legacy. So I finally got the opportunity in my career that I felt to be free. Like I hired all my homies to do all my homies was involved, like mixing, mastering, haircuts, clothing. Everybody I hired was in my circle. and I feel real free on this album. So that's why it's called Freedom.
I love that, man. That's really dope. It's been a pleasure having you on the check-in tonight.
I appreciate
Man,
you having me.
it's all love. Listen, if you ever are out in the A, if you in Atlanta, please hit me up. Let me know. We got a beautiful recording studio out here called Arc Studios. I'm also the program director for WARK 300. We can bring you to the radio station. Pull up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely keep in tune. Stay tapped in. Y'all can follow me on my main Instagram, which is at Tampa Mystic. Industry's Most Wanted is one of my brands. So I appreciate you for checking in with us tonight. It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate you too. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Y'all have a blessed night, man. We're about to get out of here.
All right.